For the European Union, in some ways, this is a positive result because it means that phase one can now be concluded. There will not be a renegotiation, there will not be a further delay. I think most people had given up the hope that the UK might still stay in, and that means we now have clarity. The UK is going to leave by the 31st of January. Of course, the big question is what comes after that. Whichever way we dress it up, that he's willing to also sacrifice. The big issues going forward are timing. Boris Johnson will have to ask for a transition if he wants an ambitious deal with the EU. That means he has to ask by summer. There are also specific issues. We already know fisheries is on the table. We also know that the European Union will insist on level playing field conditions. If the UK stays in longer than until the end of 2020, there will have to be payments into the EU budget. And there are many other issues which could come up depending on each individual country. So, for example, Spain might put Gibraltar back on the table. So it is a very, very difficult negotiation. To just get phase one done so that you can move on to the next phase. Certainly, having this kind of support from across the Atlantic helps Boris Johnson politically. But in reality, it's a little more complicated than that. To get a trade deal, first there has to be the negotiation with the European Union. That negotiation will determine in how far a trade deal is even possible, what kind of conditions would be around that. The EU, under whatever scenario, remains the most important economic partner. The US is important, but it is nowhere near as important as the EU for the UK. Doing a trade deal with the US under President Trump might not be a very pleasant experience. He will have certain demands. He will have the power and the leverage to get those demands through. So there will be many things on the list of the US, as we already know, because we've seen the negotiation mandate, which will be unpalatable for the UK.